Episode 6. The Final Stand. A surge of warmth filled Akira's chest as the vision of Monazirian appeared before her. The faint golden light emanating from her pendant grew brighter with each word Monazirian spoke. The Devourer's strength lies in the despair it sows, the spirit said, her voice steady and calm. But within you is a light strong enough to banish even the deepest darkness. You must choose, will you will this light to destroy or to heal? As the vision faded, Akira opened her eyes, her resolve hardening. She rose to her feet, gripping the pendant tightly. Its glow now radiated with an intensity that cast long, golden shadows around the chamber. Her voice, though tinged with grief, was resolute. We need to reach its heart. It's the only way to stop this. Nyx and Zephyr exchanged a determined glance. We'll hold the Devourer back, Nyx said, stepping forward. Zephyr's glowing runes flared with radiant silver energy as he nodded in agreement. Erebus, Kaito, cover our flanks, Akira instructed, her voice filled with newfound authority. This ends now. The chamber erupted into chaos. The Devourer roared, its massive form expanding as tendrils of shadow lashed out. Zephyr raised a shimmering shield of light, blocking a devastating strike. Nyx unleashed a spiraling wave of blue energy that momentarily staggered the creature. Erebus and Kaito fought off the endless tide of shadow creatures pouring into the chamber, their movements precise and unyielding. Akira pressed forward, the light from her pendant cutting a path through the oppressive darkness. Each step brought her closer to the glowing crystal shard embedded in the pedestal at the center of the chamber. But the closer she came, the stronger the whispers became. You cannot win, the Devourer's voice boomed, shaking the chamber. You are nothing but fleeting sparks in an endless void. Shadows coiled around her feet, pulling her back. Akira faltered, her grip on the pendant loosening. The whispers intensified, twisting her own fears against her. They will fail because of you. You are weak, Akira. Just like those who came before. But then, a voice echoed in her mind, Monazirian's words resonated once more. You are not alone, Akira. Let the light within you guide the way. Renewed strength surged through her. Akira clenched her fists, the pendant's glow intensifying as the shadows around her dissolved. She glanced back at her allies, each of them locked in battle, their unwavering determination giving her courage. A tendril of shadow shot toward Akira, but Kaito leapt in front of her, taking the blow. He cried out, collapsing to the ground as the shadows began to consume him. Kaito! Akira screamed, dropping to her knees beside him. Tears streamed down her face as she clutched his hand. You can't leave me. Not now. Kaito's eyes met hers, filled with pain but also determination. You have to keep going, Akira, he whispered. You're the only one who can stop this. Nyx knelt beside them, placing a hand on Akira's shoulder. Her voice was soft but firm. We can't let his sacrifice be in vain. Akira hesitated, torn between grief and duty. She glanced back at Kaito, his face pale but resolute. I'll finish this, she whispered, her voice trembling but fierce. For you. Trembling, Akira stood. The grief in her heart fueled her resolve, and the pendant's light flared brighter than ever. She turned to face the Devourer, her voice unwavering. This has gone too far and it all ends now. The Devourer let out a deafening roar as Akira reached the pedestal. The glowing crystal shard pulsed with a faint light, its energy resonating with the pendant around her neck. Each step toward the shard felt heavier, the air thick with the Devourer's oppressive aura. Akira gritted her teeth, pushing forward against the suffocating weight of despair. The Devourer's tendrils lashed out wildly, one striking Nyx and sending her sprawling to the ground. Zephyr rushed to her side, his glowing runes forming a protective barrier that blocked the onslaught. Akira, hurry, Zephyr shouted, his voice strained. Akira placed her hands on the shard and a surge of golden energy flowed through her, filling the chamber with blinding light. The pendant around her neck burned hot, its light intertwining with the shard in a dazzling display. The Devourer roared in agony, its form beginning to collapse. No, it bellowed, its voice trembling with desperation. You cannot destroy me. I am eternal. But Akira's focus never wavered. She closed her eyes, her thoughts centering on everyone she was fighting for: Kaito, Nazirian, her allies, and the countless souls the devourer had consumed. The light from the pendant and the shard intertwined, creating a powerful beam that pierced the heart of the devourer. The shadows dissipated, the oppressive darkness lifting as the creature let out one final, haunting wail before vanishing into nothingness. The cavern began to crumble. Zephyr, using the last of his strength, created a protective barrier around the group as they fled the collapsing chamber. Akira stumbled as she ran, her energy nearly spent. Nyx caught her, steadying her with a reassuring grip. "You did it," Nyx said, her voice filled with quiet pride. Outside, the sky was no longer shrouded in darkness. A vibrant dawn broke over the horizon, bathing the landscape in hues of gold and orange. The once oppressive air felt light, filled with the promise of renewal. Akira fell to her knees, exhausted but victorious. The pendant hung heavily around her neck, its glow now a soft, steady light. She looked to her allies, Nyx, Zephyr, Erebus, and her heart ached at the absence of Kaito. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "We did it. But at such a cost." Erebus stepped forward, his shadowy form more solid than ever before. "You've done what many thought impossible. The devourer is no more." Zephyr, his energy depleted, sank to one knee beside Akira. "The spirit realm owes you a debt it can never repay." Nyx placed a comforting hand on Akira's shoulder. "But the spirit realm is still wounded. It will take time to heal." Akira nodded, her resolve unshaken. "We'll heal it together. For Kaito. For Nazirian. For everyone." As the first rays of sunlight illuminated the horizon, Akira stood. The lion's head pendant glowed softly against her chest. Though the battle was over, her journey was far from finished. She had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, ready to protect the balance between worlds, no matter the cost. Please subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded, and like this video too.